Sean O'Neill here. Now, over the next few minutes, I'm going to give you 10 of my top drawing feature enhancements inside of SOLIDWORKS Design from over the past few releases. But first, let's just be honest. Like drawings, they can get a bad rap, right? They're not super flashy. You might get the sense at times that some of the new features, you might be thinking, hey, how could they ever help me? But here's the thing about the 10 updates that I'm sharing with you today. I really feel like they can fix some of the stuff that I know used to slow you down. I'm talking faster open times, smarter and more flexible BOM tables, cleaner dimensions, stamping tools that automate your workflows, and even a detailing mode that's been enhanced year over year quite a bit that I think can really be a game changer for you. Okay, let's get going. Number 1, detailing mode. To this day in 2026, when I talk to SOLIDWORKS design users, they cite 3D to 2D, 2D to 3D associativity as a huge reason why they feel SOLIDWORKS Design is a go-to CAD package. Now, that's been the software for years, right? But still, I hear it all the time when I go to customer events, when I go to customer sites, when I go to user group meetings, all that. But with that associativity, which we find welcome, right? We've historically had some overhead because after all, your drawings are in real time having to reference your parts and assemblies to make sure everything's nice and up to date. But now with detailing mode, which originally came out a few years back, but has received several updates since then, you can add dimensions and many types of annotations without resolving or in many cases even needing access to the model data. Just think about how that can speed up things on your PC. And if you want more information on what's included in detailing mode and more about how it works, I've linked the help article on it down below in the description. Number 2, opening drawings. So earlier on, I talked about how detailing mode is awesome for in-drawing performance. But one challenge that I certainly face, I know many of you face, is simply finding your drawings to open them. Sounds simple, but it's a real thing, right? So during the 2023 release cycle, we added the ability to open subcomponent drawings directly from a top-level assembly tree. Now, in terms of time savers, well, it should be obvious. You aren't spending so much time looking for your drawings or having to remember folder paths or having to ask your coworkers, hey, where are these files? Number 3, BOM filters. So over the past few releases, we've really gone to work in terms of making bill of materials tables function more like tables. A great example of this was actually included in the 2023 release cycle when we introduced the ability to filter your BOM tables from within the table inside of your SOLIDWORKS drawings. You didn't have to export to an Excel file or any of that nonsense. Another more recent example, if I can cheat here and add another, is that you can also now filter BOM visibility based on model display states inside of SOLIDWORKS Design. So if you're looking to limit model overhead, which helps for performance in terms of your PC's resources, this is another path that SOLIDWORKS users have taken advantage of in recent years. Number 4, overridden dimension colors. Okay, let's face it, sometimes you need a quick and dirty edit to ensure that a drawing document meets the spec of a particular build or a particular order. Now, I'm not saying that this is a best practice, but I am saying this is reality, right? Beginning in SOLIDWORKS Design in 2023, we allowed you to see these BOM level overrides in a different on-screen color. And then in 2024, we actually added the ability to see overridden dimensions anywhere on the drawing in a different color on screen. So the big idea really is that it's important, of course, to see where these might exist if or when you save your drawings and then either you or your colleagues open the drawings up again on your PCs for review. You want to know if it's been overridden because, again, that sweet parametricity, that parametric behavior between model and drawing is kind of severed. Sometimes that's okay. Sometimes you need it for the print, but you want to know when it's there. Number 5, save as the previous release. It felt like yesterday, really, when I would go onto a SOLIDWORKS video here on the YouTube channel and I would see a comment saying, hey, when can I get back saving? When is it coming? Or you'd hear it at user group meetings or at 3D Experience World. You'd hear it all the time. Well, now you can save drawings up to 2 prior versions back from the SOLIDWORKS Design version that you're using. This functionality actually came out in 2024. So if you were using 2024 at that time, you could back save to 2023 or 2022. Now, this isn't a drawing specific enhancement, One thing I really wanted to impress upon you here today is that when you do save your drawings out to a previous release, if you choose to do so, you can also make previous release copies of the reference components. That means any assemblies that are referenced in drawing views, any parts that are referenced in drawing views, and so on. Number 6, geometric tolerancing. So a few years ago, beginning with 2022, we really did a total rework of the GTOL interface. It's way cleaner, way more approachable, and in my opinion, versus what we had there pre-2022, just way more user-friendly. Now, since 2022, this is an area that we've improved even further in the subsequent releases, like in 2026, when, as you can see here, we added more flexibility to the types of text and symbols that you could add to GTOL labels. Now, why is this important? Well, geometric tolerancing is a huge part of documentation, right? And so you want that area of the software to be as user-friendly as the rest of SOLIDWORKS Design is. Number 7, displaying text expressions. All right, so give a like on the video if this situation has ever driven you mad. Picture this scenario. I'm sure you'll have no problem doing so because you've probably been in it. You know, you're looking to have linked properties shown on a drawing document via a note, but you have no idea why the linked text in your custom properties pane isn't showing in the note. Well, during the 2025 release cycle, we effectively solved that problem by including a toggle, which you can see here, that allows you to swap your view from the output value to the name or the area of the linked property. Number 8, auto-generating drawing documents. AI. It's a big buzzword, right? Huge buzzword today. But I have to say, this feature technically does take advantage of artificial intelligence to do exactly what it does. The new auto-generate drawing command, which we first introduced during the 2025 release cycle, it allows you to kick off via a batch process, as you can see here, the creation of several drawings all at once. So what is it doing? It's inputting views, it's inputting dimensions, annotations. It now recognizes and calls out holes on your models in your drawings. It incorporates section views, and based on the size of your model and its contents, it also makes judgments on the appropriate sheet size, the appropriate view size for the views. Now, an easily accessible benefit, if you reap nothing else from this feature from day one, is simply that it offers a way to batch create drawings. If the output meets your needs, that's awesome. You just saved hours and hours of work. If the output needs tweaking, which it might, based on your standards or based on what you want, you can always nudge the views, or you can alter the annotation positions and so on. Number 9, drawing stamping. Okay, so I talked earlier in the video about linked notes and where those usually occur. Well, they can occur anywhere on the drawing, of course, but many times they occur in your title blocks. Another thing to note is that many of them indicate approvals. And throughout the 2025 release cycle, we released several new ways to stamp your drawings based on maturity changes, which is arguably the most process-rich, programmatic way to map what's actually happening in your departments with your products to what appears on your drawing files in real time. So as of today, if you're using cloud services with SOLIDWORKS Design, which everyone using SOLIDWORKS Design has access to, you can now stamp your drawings using usernames, timestamps, email addresses, and more. Number 10, magnetic lines and break dimension lines. Okay, so I'm going to cheat a little bit here by including what I would phrase as a little bit of a cleanup combo. In SOLIDWORKS Design, we made magnetic lines and dimension lines work a lot cleaner in a couple of ways within the first release of SOLIDWORKS Design 2026. So if you look at magnetic lines here, they can be used to align more of your annotation types cleanly, not just balloons. And a new option called break dimension lines can unclutter overlapping dimensions to avoid those spots where your extension lines cut through your annotations or other dimensions. This is awesome for cases where you're actually printing your drawings because the extension lines are not sort of cluttered in and cutting through text, which no one likes to see. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope to see you at the next World event.